Hey, how you doing? This is DJ Dean Thap. I'm actually going to show you my step-to-step guide towards making your first podcast episode. First, of course, I would need to actually show you the equipment I use. So let me go and do that first. So the first one, of course, is the microphone. That would be the Shure. Let me go and show you the type I have. The SM7B. I'm going to make sure I focus on that. And there you go. Shure SM7B. Okay. So this is the microphone I use. It's the Shure SM7B. Really amazing microphone. A lot of professional podcasters use this for their podcast. And next, I'll be using the Rodecaster Pro, and this is the one I actually record all the audio that goes from the microphone. Maybe if I do a telephone call, it actually goes through this Rode. And next is a set of headphones. You honestly can use any type of headphones, but I felt like these Logitech G Pros are very just comfortable, and I actually had them set aside, so I was like, why not just use these? I felt like these were very comfortable, professional, and just easy to use, especially when I'm recording any kind of audio. And this one is the micro SD card that I actually use for the Rodecaster Pro. It's a 512 gig. You don't actually need that big of a size, but I felt like why not, especially if I'm going to record a lot of audio, especially for my podcast. But you can go lower to about maybe 64 or even 32 gigabytes. So you don't really have to go that size, but this is the one I use. So basically that was all the equipment I have pertaining to a podcast. You have pretty much a microphone, you have something to record the audio, and that's my Rodecaster Pro. And then of course you can have any type of headphones, and then of course the SD card, because that device needs something to record it and provide it for the memory itself. The next part, of course, not a lot of people know this. I didn't know this too, but of course you need a hosting site. I use a website called Simplecast, which pretty much will do everything for you towards keeping your audio and everything in place and host it to different applications like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. That's the ones I've used. So it was one of those things that I didn't know about it. It's something that I actually Googled. So it's so important to actually do that for yourself, because these are things that we don't actually know about, and when we first start, that's when we Google stuff, and those were things I actually Googled, and it worked out great. So that's the one I use for the hosting site to distribute all my podcast audio, and it goes to Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Another thing that to keep in mind is that you have to send it to the applications for approval too afterwards, to make sure that your podcast can be shared to a bigger audience. And so that took, I believe, it didn't take too long. Actually, I think it maybe took a day or so for them to approve it. I don't actually remember exactly, but it was very simple and easy. The only thing I actually paid for is Simplecast. It's a monthly fee that they actually provide. I think they have some basic fees. I did the Pro so that I can see the data about who's listening, the devices, anything like that. But for you, like I said before, just remember, like I said, these are hosting sites that actually distribute your podcast audio, so it's very important that you choose one. I just chose Simplecast. So another thing, that's about all you need really, just to create your first podcast. And next I'll show you step by step exactly up the whole thing, including equipment and everything else like that, just to, not the details, but just the basic steps. Okay, usually I come to my office, and then the main thing I do is just go to my podcast. So of course I would turn on my microphone and then my Rodecaster Pro, and then make sure everything's going, and of course you just push that record button, and you're pretty much good to go. You have I have my headphones on and everything else like that. I push record again, stop it, and that's about it. And then pretty much I take the SD card, put it in this little adapter into my computer, and upload it on Simplecast. and then pretty much provide the title and description, and just upload it and publish it. And those are the steps. I know it might be very simple and easy. Right now I just want to make a video, just the basic steps, and then later on I want to make a video with the exact details. However, if someone's just wanting to know the just general steps, this is the way to take it. So thank you so much for watching. This is DJ Dean Thap, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Take care.